All right, thank you, Dave. All right, we got to talk about the Hillsborough school tax millage referendum here. This is the one that we've been waiting on. Boy, talk about too close to call right now. We want to put this up and want to explain what we're seeing here. So we have got all precincts reporting. You see 50-50 there. However, that does not mean that we've got all votes in yet.
Well, also, you have to understand that it needs 51% in order for it to go forward. So, you know, this brought people out to the polls. That's clear. We can see that in the votes. But as Josh said, doesn't mean that this is final, because we did talk with the Hillsborough County Supervisor of Elections. They said that there are provisional ballots that have not been counted. They also said that there are mail-in ballots that have yet to be scanned in. About an hour ago, they tweeted out that there were 2,687 mail-in ballots that they had not yet scanned. That could change this referendum. It's very, very close. Now, the provisional ballots that they have not counted, listen, if you voted provisional, you have 2 days to cure the ballot. That's what that's called. Okay, so in order to do that, you fill out a cure affidavit, and then you provide a copy of the appropriate identification. You can drop it off in person at the Hillsborough County Supervisor of Elections office. You can fax it, or you can even email it. You can mail it, there's just not enough time because you got to do it within 2 days. But it's important to cure the ballot. And if you voted maybe you voted provisional because you went to the wrong precinct, you forgot your ID, whatever it might be, that provisional ballot, it's going to get counted and it's going to matter.
You talk about every vote counting, right? This is a situation where it is coming down to the wire.
And what were they asking for in this? You know, they're asking for, hey,
I mean, more money. They're looking for
raise property
taxes, which, again, when you look at the economy where people are at, that's a tough sell for some people. Even when you're pushing for students and for kids, of course, many times when they're looking to raise a millage and trying to get money, for a lot of voters, it's yes, of course we want our schools to do well, but there are other things that Hillsborough County voters consider. Well, Superintendent Addison Davis just addressed this issue not too long ago. We spoke to him. Let's listen in.
We are facing a national crisis related to being able to fill positions every single day. But openly, from our school district perspective, we will continue to be relentless in our efforts to be able to be champions for children. What this does for us is it sets us back openly, but it gets to a point where we got to make some continued hard decisions. What can we do to make certain that we address the near 600 instructional vacancies that we currently have, and how do we work collectively in every one of our schools in an effort to make certain that children have continued stability every single day.
Okay, so just to reiterate here again, if we can put the results back up on the screen here. Yes, we've got all precincts reporting. I know there's a lot of people waiting on these results here, but that does not mean that all of the votes are in, as we were just talking about, and what is left here could swing this one way or the other.
That's because we're talking about mail-in ballots that have not yet been scanned. Again, Hillsborough County Supervisor of Election saying an hour ago, and they do scan them really quickly, but roughly 2,700 ballots not yet scanned in, and then there's the provisional ballots, and so that's going to be, where you need to go in and cure, and then the canvassing board's going to have to look at that. So, of course, any and all of these votes can, of course, swing how this goes, because it needs 51% to pass